Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, Jeff Trunapole. And as always, I bring you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio, home of the number 11 ranked football team in the country. Now, this show and every show is brought to you by T Properties. T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out their website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. All right, I haven't been able to talk about my number 11 ranked Bearcats in a while because we've had the Bengals going on, then winning their first game, and the Reds finally making the playoffs and then quickly going out. So there's been a lot of stuff going on here. So me and the boys from Bengal Nation been doing a lot of Bengals shows. So I'm going solo today, and I figured I'll talk about my Bearcats. Now, I got this from CincinnatiBearcats.com. On the heels of a 28-7 victory over AAC foe USF on Saturday, the UC Bearcats football team achieved its highest national ranking since 2009. Now, if you Bearcat fans remember, 2009 was our back-to-back years of going, or the end of our back-to-back years going to major bowls. First was the Orange Bowl, then was the Sugar Bowl. We got blown out in the Sugar Bowl. Brian Kelly left. Anyway, let's not really think about that part. But the 3-0 Bearcats are ranked number 11 in both the Associated Press and the USA Today coaches poll. Now, in 2009, last time they were ranked pretty high, they ended the season number 4. So, Cincinnati has set a school record with its 16th straight home win. Now, that's the 5th longest active streak among NCAA FBS schools. The Bearcats' record before this was 15 in a row, and it was from November 8th, 1952 to November 13th, 1954. Now, that was way before I was even thought of. My father hadn't even gone to UC yet. So it's been a little while since we've had a home winning streak like this. Now, Cincinnati is one of 7 teams in the FBS to go undefeated at home the last 2+ seasons. Can you guess who the other teams are? First one, I would have never guessed, is UAB. I didn't even know UAB still had a football team, to be honest. The other ones, Clemson, Notre Dame, then this team up north that I root for when the Bearcats aren't playing them. That's Ohio State. Now, the Bearcats are off this week, and they return to action Saturday, October 17th versus Tulsa at Tulsa. Now, the point of my show here today is I was looking up, top 25, seeing, who all was up there. And a funny thing, I saw some Pac-12 teams up there, and I saw 2 Big Ten teams up there, and they were both ranked above the Bearcats. Normally I'm like, oh, that's a guess. No big deal. We're, used to that, But then I looked at the records. Bearcats 3-0, Clemson 3-0. Go down to Ohio State 0-0, Penn State 0-0. That's right. They haven't played a game yet. So how in the world are they ranked above us when they have not played one single game yet? Now, I understand, you get preseason polls. Preseason, nobody's played a game. So it's, what they're projected to do this year, But they haven't played. Everybody else has played at least one game. Ohio State isn't playing until the end of this month. I don't know when the world of Pac-12 is playing. I know they're going to play, but I don't know when they're playing. So what are they based these rankings on? I got this on Bengals Nation. If there's any Ohio State fans there, I got this on Bearcat Country. I know there's lots of UC fans there. So can somebody explain to me how Ohio State is ranked higher when you haven't played a game? I mean, now look, I'm not stupid, okay? If Ohio State plays UC, more than likely Ohio State's going to beat us. But they haven't played a game yet, and the rankings are supposed to be for the record, at least, since we played. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I can put it up here. I got a comment. Hang on here. Somebody agrees with me. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm trying to do this show by myself. Sometimes I got to read and see what's going on. Facebook user, I agree. It's crap. But how about the Irish at 5? Yeah, the Irish at 5. That's cool. I'm happy that the Irish are at 5. But I don't understand. They've at least played. Played a game. That's cool. But Ohio State hasn't played anything. Now I got another question for Bearcat fans, and it's one that I've thought about toward the end of last year and a lot of the first 3 games this year. Is DJ Reader? Do we need to get a change of quarterback, because that man has missed a lot of big plays, a lot of open passes where I think the Bearcats could have really blown games open, and he's just flat missed them. So I don't know if it's a time to change quarterback or not, but that's another discussion we can have. But yeah, just like I said, Ohio State, they're in Penn State, they're ranked above us. I'm just curious how you can rank. How are you going to rank them when they haven't played a game? It's kind of hard to rank them when they haven't played. Hi, Facebook user, how are you? It's nice to see you. You guys, there's 2 ways you guys can do this so I can actually say who you are. Either you give StreamYard permission to use your name, or you guys can go on the YouTube channel, Sports with Strawberry Ice, and you comment from there, and it should pop up because you guys subscribe to my show. So it'd be a little easier. Hang on a second. What did Dennis say here? Dennis was the first one in. What do you got? I'm putting all the sports podcasts on there. Was a sport Strawberry Ice best damn sports podcast. He has more passion in this little piggy about Cincinnati sports. Thanks, Dennis. I try. But I don't get it. Honestly, I don't understand. If the season started, if Ohio State played and Penn State played when everybody else did, which they should have done, like everybody else is going to do, then I understand you'll be ranked higher than us. But you haven't played. So how can you, what are they basing this on? People say it's money. Okay, well, what money are they making right now ranking them higher than us? Because they're not playing, So I don't get it. And I understand Ohio State will probably be ranked higher than us. And another thing, this is the year, because all that stuff's going on where we got, the Pac-12 didn't play till, November or whenever they're going to play. And Big Ten is not playing until the end of October. This is the year, just do it for 1 year, that they should at least expand the playoffs and let these teams in, let UC in, let Central Florida in. We might lose, we might not, because, hey, Central Florida beat Alabama a couple years ago. So you do remember that, right? So AAC teams can hold their own from time to time. It can happen. Doesn't have much, but it can happen. But that's, to me, it's like, you guys, they're going to give the Big Ten teams, a shot at the Final Four. And UC, Central Florida, Memphis, who's played, they're going to play 3 times as many games as them, as Ohio State and the Big Ten teams, and they're not going to be given a shot at it. That's where this whole thing with college football is just so unbalanced. If it's the bigger schools, man, and people are like, well, okay, go get into a bigger conference. Well, that's easier said than done. I've had people say, why don't you just go get in the SEC? I'd love to go get in the SEC, but the SEC has to actually invite us. That would, that's how this usually works. We just can't go, hello, hey, it's UC. Hi, how you doing? Nice to see you. We want to come to your conference, okay? Wham. Oh, okay, thanks. That's, unless they invite us, we can't just invite ourselves. All right, Mike Kyle. I'm not understanding why UC can't move. Why UC got moved from 13 all the way to 15 after three wins in a row. They definitely hate Cincinnati. I don't think he always put it as they hate us. They don't hate us. We ain't a big school like Ohio State, and we're 11th this week. So yeah, see, we're 11th now. So that's when these Cincinnati fans got to get out of their head. It ain't hate. It ain't. It's money. It's all about money. I mean, I can answer the question myself. It's all about money. But I really can't answer it for this week because I don't know what money has to do with any of this ranking these two teams higher than UC when they're not going to make any money. I mean, you got 2 more weeks at least until Ohio State and Penn State play. So I'm not sure. That's my whole thing with this. Why are they even ranked? You know, they shouldn't be ranked at all right now because they're not playing for another at least 2 weeks. Let's see here. What we got here? Sports are basically dead because they want to put politics in them. Just thought you should know that. Right? Thanks. I'm not talking about politics on here, but yeah, that's in college. Anyway, I'm not talking politics on here. But just that's the reason I think that UC has it's going to have a hard time until they get into a bigger conference. You know, we got to try to get into the ACC or the Big Ten, which Big Ten will never happen. So the problem with Cincinnati, with the just where we're at, I mean, right in the middle of SEC country and Big Ten country, we're right smack in the middle. So we got a lot of Kentucky fans in Cincinnati. We got a lot of Ohio State fans. We got Louisville fans. So there's AC. And then they left and went to the ACC. So there's, so you got that going on. So we're right in the middle. And so SEC's already got the TV market in there. Big Ten's already got the TV market in there. Now ACC's got TV market in here. So that's where it's the problem with UC. I think we might be a little screwed. I hope not, because I've had people ask me like, well, they gotta expand the football stadium, make it bigger and all this stuff. Like, it's not really a matter of making it bigger. And they've already did all that. They did that with the luxury boxes and all that stuff. And that's the part that the conferences care about is the luxury boxes. That's where your money's at. So they did all that a couple years ago. They redid Shoemaker. We got a brand new basketball arena. So, I mean, we are in place to move on if they ever expand. But I don't know if that's ever, I don't know if it's going to happen again or not. Because I think they're going to go to 16 teams eventually, but we'll see. All right, since I'm on Bengals Nation here, I got a question for Bengal fans here. This is one I sort of brought up on yesterday's show with Jeremy. AJ Green, the way he's playing this year, do you think it's time to sit him? And maybe, since Tate didn't have a great game yesterday, but Higgins is stepping up and Boyd is stepping up and AJ's just not there. And a lot of people say he's still injured, maybe give him a week off and see what happens. Is that a good possibility to try to hopefully maybe get him kick-started? Now, one problem with that is he usually destroys the Ravens. But this version of AJ Green, I don't know if it's there. And it's kind of like we were talking about with Carlos Dunlap yesterday and AJ Green, the guy, and Geno. Those are really the 3 leftovers from our 5-year playoff run. Geno can't get on the field. Carlos has had some good games, some bad games. It's just the age is getting to him. AJ hasn't been AJ. So it's just a thought I like to throw out there. Do you think it's a good idea or just something that they should try and do? Because we have John Ross. And, I've said I'll take the 5 wide receivers that we had out there the last 2 weeks, which I will. I'm fine with all 5 of those. It's just a question that, or something that maybe Zach Taylor might be thinking about, because what kills me is the potential that John Ross has. He's athletic. He's fast. I just don't know if it's all here. I just, because how many times we've seen him not make difficult catches, not finish routes, over and over and over and over again. And this is his last year of his contract. So, is that an idea or is that an option? What do you guys think? All right, Mike Kyle. AJ Green is a Ravens killer. But the question, will he have enough in his tank to beat them or even be healthy? Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying. And if you guys, that me and Jeremy were talking about it yesterday, that first deep ball that Joe Burrow threw to AJ, to me, and even Joe Burrow's like, go. AJ looked like if he went straight down the sideline, he had a chance to run under it. I don't know if he would have or not, but he cut in and ran, out of bounds, and then he looked like he was hurt. So a lot of people say they think he's still hurt, which he could be. I mean, he hurt his foot last year. He hurt his hamstring in preseason this year. So there's a lot of stuff. There's something going on there because AJ is not the AJ Green of old. And either he's hurt or he's just getting too old and he can't do it. Because, look at Carlos Dunlap. He's kind of the same way. He hasn't been that big presence that he normally is. So just my just a thought, my 2 cents. If you want to try it, you think Zach Taylor might try it or not. Now, some of our, I don't say callers, but our listeners yesterday were talking about Jesse Bates and how he might be becoming one of the best safeties in football. Well, Pro Football Talk, they got him ranked at 87.2. That's one of the top rankings they will give for a safety. So that's very, very good as far as how his development has come and where he's at. Let's see, Tim. Let's see here. Green looks very disinterested this season. Kind of surprising since he will be a free agent after the season. Yeah, there's something there, Tim. I agree with you. I don't know if he's disinterested. It's just the burst. That's one thing I noticed. The burst isn't there. And then he might be disinterested. Maybe that's why he cut his route off on the very first deep ball. But like you said, you're going to be a free agent. So why would you try to give your best effort? Like I said, a lot of people say that he's hurt. He might be. He might be hurt. Mike Kyle, love your UC jersey. Oh yeah. Yeah, I got this is the legendary. Hang on. Legendary Oscar Robertson, the greatest Bearcat of all time. That's his jersey. So yeah, thanks. I got that from my boy Horst. He hooked me up with it. But yeah, I don't know. It's just very frustrating watching AJ because we're all excited to see him with a very accurate quarterback for once in his career. And that's another thing. Like Tim, you're saying he looks disinterested. He's got a very good, very accurate quarterback for once. He doesn't have to go make, leaping, diving, crazy catches like he's done for how many years with Andy Dalton. Joe Burrow put it right there, But it's not happening. It's not, and it's not like he's not targeted. Burrow's trying to get him the ball. I think he's been targeted at least seven times in almost every game. He is a target, and they're trying to get it to him. It just ain't happening. Just something. Either like you said, he's disinterested, he's hurt, or something. I don't know. It's very, very, very strange. Because last year, I know they sucked last year. I understand that, but he made really no effort to try and come back. I understand he got hurt, but it was the beginning of the season. And it's not like he went on injured reserve and he was done for the whole year. He was, day to day. And there was one game he was coming back, then all of a sudden he's not coming back. So I don't know. Something's up. It's just very, very interesting. Like I said, I've said this in the offseason and stuff. I don't think the Bengals are going to re-sign him. The way it's going right now, he's given them no reason to re-sign him at all. Let's see here. If I have the Bengals, I'm looking at attempting to trade Green and get a return for him. It looks to me like Burrow is more comfortable throwing to Boyd and Higgins. Yeah, but who's going to give us anything for him? Honestly. Right now he looks like a broken down wide receiver. I don't know if any NFL team would give us anything for him. Because all they got to do is wait till the end of the season, they can sign him. If I were the Bengals, I'd try to trade him. I tried to trade him and I tried to trade Ross. I tried to ship both of them out of here and try to get something for them because I think at the end of the season, we're losing both of them. Then we're not getting anything for them. But the way they've been playing, you might get a bag of footballs for them. That's about it, So, all right, let's get to the Reds here. It's been almost a week. Since the Reds lost. 4-1 on the air here. I was watching the Braves play the Miami Marlins, where I was hoping the Reds would be playing today, but they're not. Now, Dick Williams came out. It's on Reds.com. He did a State of the Reds address or whatever. And there were a couple things he said, excerpts I took. He's talking about waking up the day after they went to 22 innings without scoring a run, which I still can't believe. He said, I would say it's hard to wake up this morning and not feel bitter disappointment. Yeah, you think? Going 22 innings without scoring one tag-on run. All right, now he's talking about the coaching staff. I foresee the staff, meaning the coaching staff, coming back. Now, I kind of got an issue with that. To me, something's got to change, to me, it's the philosophy of hitting, because these guys can hit, but I think it's their mental approach. And I've said this before. I know it's the way baseball's going, blah, blah. But look at the teams that are in the playoffs, okay? Most of them can manufacture runs. That is the biggest problem with the Reds this year. You want to hit 500 home runs? Great. Go for it. But there are times that you have got to concentrate and you've got to hit the ball to the opposite side of the field to move a runner over or hit the ball in the outfield when the guy's at third base with nobody out and get him in. That has got to happen. And that's either it's a mental block, I don't know. I've never seen anything like it, because last year we could hit. We just couldn't pitch. Past Gray and Castillo wasn't great. It wasn't close this year. This year's pitching. The pitching we had this year, we could have won a World Series. That's how good our pitching was, And we couldn't get past the wild card. We couldn't win 2 games. We couldn't even score a run. 22 innings, no scoring. So for him to say he doesn't see any changes, I don't know. Something's got to change. And then he says, the offense, we'll get creative and address the areas that need it. Well, to me, the only thing you could actually change is what you tried to do last year is get a shortstop. But again, it's the players. It's either the coaches got to get them to mentally take better at bats. They have to take responsibility for taking better at bats, for moving guys over. It's Little League baseball. That's what drives me nuts. And, you got to be able to move guys over. You got to be able to get them in. And you can't. People are like, our offense is great last year. If you really look at our offense last year, it's kind of the same way. We'd score in the first inning and then we'd stop. So the offense really hasn't changed a whole lot from last year to this year. Eyeball test anyway for me. I'm sure Tim Beadle, if he's still watching, I'm sure he's got stats or whatever can tell me I'm wrong. But watching the games last year and this year, it looked like the same offense. We swing, try to get a home run, and we score a run off of that, or we don't score at all. Now, when we were winning our last 5 series, it did change. We were moving guys over. We were doing it. But it only happened for the last 5 series, and then we lost it when we went to playoffs. So I'm not sure what you change, because we got players who can hit. We got players who can do this. These players, like I said, Mike Moustakas has won a World Series. Nick Castellanos has been in the playoffs before. We got guys who can hit. We got guys that, mentally should be there to do this. Now, the biggest question for the offseason for the Reds is, will they sign Trevor Bauer? And I've said if he wants Cole money like the Yankees gave Cole, this offseason, we got no shot. But I've also said Trevor Bauer is a different dude. And I legitimately think he's not really in this to make as much money as he can. I think he's in it for the love of baseball and truly loves baseball, and he wants to be somewhere that fits best for him. Now, this is a tweet that he tweeted out. Okay. Somebody tweeted this at Bauer, and he tweeted back. The tweet was saying, "Thanks for making the Reds fun to watch again. It's going to suck having you not here next year." Bauer tweeted back, "Who said I'm not going to be here next year?" So he's throwing it out there. Maybe he's coming back. Maybe he's just pulling our leg. I don't know. But then on his live stream last night, on his YouTube channel, Bauer said Derek Johnson is one of the best coaches he has ever had. He also said his time with the Reds has been by far the most fun he's had playing in the big leagues, and has listed the Reds as an early front runner for free agency. Now, he also said he's not actually going to be a free agent until, I think, the first week in November. So this is, not even a week after the Reds got knocked out of the playoffs. So these are all great things he's saying, but the Yankees come knocking on the door. Hey, here's $300 billion. Oh, okay. Where do I sign? I'm not saying that's going to happen. I have no idea, but it's really hard. If some team wants to outbid us for him and he takes it, then there's nothing we can do about it. Hopefully he's true to his word and he will say, he will stay, but we'll see. But yeah, just recapping the show here. If you guys just jumped on, I was talking about how I don't understand how Ohio State and Penn State are ranked higher than the University of Cincinnati right now, today, when Ohio State, Penn State, Big Ten, Pac-12, those teams, how are they ranked at all? They haven't played one single game yet. So that's my biggest. I don't know how what are they ranking them on? That was it. And then I jumped into the Bengals. And do you think they should sit AJ Green? Then we went on to the Reds and Dick Williams, and if they are going to re-sign Trevor Bauer. So anyway, let's get to the Facebook groups that I help run. They are Bengals Nation, Reds Country, Bearcats Country, and Cyclones Country. Now, I ask you guys to follow me on all my social media platforms. I am on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everywhere you get, your social media. I'm there. And I'm going to put this on the podcast. So if you missed the show today, it'll be on the podcast. Do me a favor. Like, subscribe, give me a 5-star review. YouTubers, we're up to 658 subscribers. That is awesome. I appreciate every single one of you guys. And other than that, just make sure you guys join me. I hope you guys like this format. I'm trying to do it live at 5 every day. Same thing I talk about. Sometimes I'll do a 2-cent rant if something's really bugging me and I got to hurry up and get it out before 5 o'clock. I'll do a little bit of a show, but we'll try to keep doing this at 5 o'clock. It's kind of fun. I can talk to you guys and we can have some nice, lively discussions. But other than that, I don't think UC is ever going to be ranked ahead of Ohio State. I wish they were, but if Ohio State and Penn State are ranked higher than the Bearcats right now, and they have not played one single game yet, then all these other schools that aren't in the Power 5 conferences, we're never getting a shot. So, like I said, this year should be a good year. This should be the year to try to expand the playoffs, just because the season, the number of games are not going to match up. That's just my little 2-cent rant. Hope you guys like the show. Other than that, that's just sports, baby. See you guys.